It's me actually outside. What's so funny is like last week, fuck, I forgot the clicker to open the gates, motherfucker. I just realized that I forgot to record an intro. So hello world, hello all, and hello all, hello world, and all who inhabit it. I don't know what the fuck I'm trying to say. I'm Jace. What up, what up? If you're new here, subscribe to my channel, or don't, I don't know, like follow your intuition, align yourself. Do you like my vibe? I'm gonna have to walk all the way around or squeeze through this shit. Anyway, yo, I'm spending too much time with Nick. I sound like a fucking Italian, man. Okay. So earlier we went to McDonald's because I wanted to make griddle. They don't do all day breakfast here. The ghetto. But anyway, we went earlier and like we had to squeeze through the gate. And it was like so hard for me to go through for the first time. And I was like, that just humbled the fuck out of me, bro. Like that literally, like today I was like, damn, I'm trying to eat healthy, but we don't have food for breakfast. I want to get a McGriddle. But I ended up not getting anything from McDonald's, but I'm on my way to a cafe now. What I was saying, oh my God, ADHD things. So I got that from this new YouTuber I've been watching called My Fam, and she'll be like, ADHD things, oh my God, I'm so quirky. And I relate so hard. But I was like, what was I saying? Oh, how literally until last week I hadn't left the house in like a month. Like literally since I got there I hadn't left the house. That's so, I didn't even realize how bad it had gotten. I just wake up every day and I'm like, whatever, there's no point in me leaving, there's nothing around here. I didn't even realize it had gotten that bad. And then I was like, yo, I haven't left the house in so long. My lips look so crusty, I'm sorry. Dehydration. But I think I've been depressed lately, so every time I go to record a YouTube video, I'm like, this is so fucking boring, I have no personality. But it's back. I've been doing daily affirmations every single morning. I'm on day 7. I'm pushing myself to do it for 21 days. So last week I went out and then I was like, it's actually fun. Life is fun when you leave the house, when you have reasons to leave. And then I've been like, I need money to leave the house. I am abundant. I am prosperous. And so I basically have been manifesting reasons to leave my house. Reasons to, I mean, is it my house? Is it technically my house? It's my house again now, I guess. But God said, Arizona, go back. You know, I just had to surrender to it. I'm like, I just have to accept that I'm here, fuck it, I have to make the most of it. Like, you know what's good about here is that shit is kind of cheaper. I don't know, it was like, the economy's been kind of fucked up lately. I'm realizing, I had like this realization yesterday. I smoked for the first time in a minute. And I started having like an existential crisis, and I was like, yo, I'm an adult now. The economy is fucked up. I'm realizing like, oh my God, we're in the middle of a pandemic. We're in a pandemic, bro. We're in a pandemic, bro. Everyone just keeps trying to live like life is normal. We're in the middle of a pandemic. The economy is failing. Everything is getting so expensive. I don't have a job, but I also fuck capitalism. So I'm just like freaking out, and I was just like, this is not how I imagined adulthood was gonna be. Oh my God. And I was like having a panic attack. But then I was talking to Nick and he like calmed me down. I was like, please calm me down, please. I'm having a panic attack. Like I literally thought I was gonna pass out. I've been having those lately. I haven't had panic attacks in so long. Like I mostly have like anxiety attacks, which they're different if you didn't know. But panic attacks literally feel like you're having a heart attack. Like you literally start to feel like physical symptoms of like illness, like you're gonna die. But you're not. But I don't know if I ever really had those before. I think I just used to have really severe anxiety attacks and I thought that they were panic attacks. But no, now I've been having straight on panic attacks. Because I think I haven't gone to therapy in a long time. I haven't found a therapist out here that I like, or like in general. I'm gonna sign up for BetterHelp. BetterHelp, sponsor me so I can get therapy. Anyway, I haven't been acknowledging the fact that I have PTSD. So sometimes when my PTSD is triggered, I get really ungrounded and I don't realize that. Oh my god, it's so sunny here. I'm like sweating. It's been getting hot again lately. It was so cold literally like a week ago. And now it's February 1st. And Arizona said spring, bitch. This is what I was looking forward to. You know what? I think I got really bad seasonal depression while I was here just because like I was so isolated that I just wanted to get the fuck out. And I had my little moments where I traveled and then I came back here and I'm like, okay, I need to get it together. I need to get my life together. Anyway, what I was saying, PTSD. Oh. So, because I have PTSD and I always forget, because I get so ungrounded and I don't have a therapist that reminds me, like, I have PTSD. Like, when I first had therapy, when I first moved here, she would remind me, like, you know you have PTSD, right? Like, you know these are symptoms of PTSD. And I'd be like, yo, I always forget. You're so right. And then it, like, makes me come back into my body because I'm like, oh, it's like I'm triggered right now. Like, I've just been triggered for, like, a week and I haven't realized it, so I haven't been able to calm down from it. So I'm just thinking the worst and I feel like my life is imploding. So I've been having to remind myself of that, and so I did yesterday, and then I was like, wow, and I did today, and I was like, wow, and so many things have been making sense. Sometimes I live my life too much on like a spiritual aspect, and then I forget because I'm like, okay, like it's just the energy, like whatever, but then no matter how much energy work I do, if I don't take time to like actually pay attention to my psyche and like my body and what my body needs, then like it just won't really work out. But I forget because on a regular basis I'm normally taking care of my body, but because I haven't really had the money lately, I haven't really been taking care of like my mind and my body the ways that I need to. So then I think that's why I've been getting too much stuck in like my spiritual sense of like, yeah, bitches could wait because now it says walk. But I've been having to be more assertive lately. So I've been needing to take care of my like physical. This is so creepy. I'm screaming. What the fuck? Everything around here closes so fucking early. It's like so annoying. Like this breakfast place I'm going to is the only one like in walking distance. I mean, they're all walking distance, but it's like really far. But this one's like a 15-minute walk versus the other ones are like 30-minute walks. But like, what was I saying? Oh, it closes at fucking 2. Dunkin' Donuts closes at 5. What? At 5? But anyway, what I was saying is like, I've been learning how to take care of my body again. I forget because when I can't do stuff, I'm like, I'm just not even gonna pay attention to that. I'm not even gonna pay attention to that because it's gonna stress me out. It's gonna give me anxiety. It's gonna give me anxiety that I can't do that. So like, I haven't really been able to take care of my mental things lately. And like, it's been getting to a point where like now I haven't even really been able to take care of my body like that because I haven't had money for like groceries. And I'm running out of my vitamins. And I was just like, oh my God. So like, it made me have to come out of my spiritual side and be like, it's all about mind, body, and spirit. So you can't just pay attention to your spirit when you don't have the means to attend to your body or mind. Like, you still have to try. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna start watching videos again that inspire me about my mental health and about, you know, integrating my spirituality with my mental health. Because sometimes I spend too much time on TikTok and then it's like only spiritual stuff. And then I get like too caught up in the woo-woo shit. And I need to know how to integrate them. I used to be really good at integrating all three, like mental health, spirit, and body, but I don't know what the fuck happened. As I've been tending to those, I've been getting calmer, and I feel like it's actually making me better at like being spiritual because it's like I'm not completely reliant on my spirituality to like save my life. I'm doing it because I'm trying to be in alignment with like my mind, body, and spirit. And sometimes I like speak things into existence, 10-10. Sometimes I speak things into existence, but then I don't actually like work on them. So for example, like every day I'll meditate and then I'll be like, I'll set intentions when I set my, like when I do my routines and stuff, and I'll be like, okay, to come into alignment with my mind, body, and spirit. I like won't actively take steps to do that. I like forget, because also coming from an environment where like it's like I never really had time for myself, or like my needs were not validated. I had to be able to fit the needs that I really felt like I needed to work on like into a small time frame. Does that make sense? Like there were so many things being asked of me all the time, and my boundaries were never respected. So like I would always have to like when I had me time, like I had to pick and choose, like, okay, I'm gonna work on my spirituality, I'm gonna work on my mental health, I'm gonna work on like my body, like I'm gonna work out. And like now I don't have to do that, but I just like feel like I freak out, and it takes me back to that time period, and I like feel like anxious. There are people watching me record this and I'm getting weird. But I like feel anxious because it's like I feel like I don't know how to do it, even though I used to be able to like a long time ago. So I'm trying to get back into it. I decided that I'm going to invest, since I'm already in debt, I'm going to invest in my dreams and not into my debt. And I think that that's something that I needed to prioritize earlier on, because instead of investing into myself, I invested into like paying down my bills and things like that, just so I would have this false sense of security. And then I ran that shit back up, and that money went where? It didn't do shit. So now I'm like, fuck that shit, the debt is gonna be there. But my dreams need to be invested in now. So, thank you. So I also realized that when I set intentions, I also have to be willing to receive like things that I'm like putting out into the universe. So for example, when I'm triggered, when I'm like very PTSD mode, I'll like say things to try and calm myself down. Like I set the intention that today I'm going to only align myself with positive experiences and kind people and things like that. But then people will like look at me and I'll be like, what the fuck are they looking at me for? And I'll like start to get so anxious. So like today I was like, I'm only gonna align myself with like a loving energy. And then people have been really nice. But I also have to be nice to receive that, you know? I'm almost here. But, oh yeah, I decided I'm going to invest in my dreams before investing in my debts. So, and like taking care of myself and having a good time. Because that's what I was doing before, and then I started to feel bad about it because then like, I was like manifesting that I could move, and then it like didn't work out. So I was like, but there's definitely like, I was manifesting the move and I was really excited for it, and then like as it happened, I felt like I just got hit with a wave of so many negative emotions that I had been putting off because I didn't feel like they were worth working on or whatever, or I was just like working through too many things at once. And then so I went to California and I got so depressed because I like dissociated from my body because there was like so many things I hadn't worked through, and they just like all hit me at once, and I was like, oh god. And I just felt like I was not here, and it allowed me to work through a lot of things that I needed to, so that when I came back to Arizona, like I came with like a cleaner slate. But as I've been here, I've been realizing like it's just like being in Arizona in general is like a super big trigger because I used to live here when I was younger, and like I had a really negative experience when I lived here before, and I never really worked through that. And so I'm just now working through it. Oh my god, I just realized, it just clicked in my head. That's why the universe brought me back here. That's why the universe brought me back here. Because there are wounds to my root chakra and my solar plexus chakra that were formed here that I never healed before I left. Before I went back to New York, before I went to California, like, oh my god, spirit. They call me G-O-D. Oh my god. I'm screaming. It's giving. I'm gonna have to run across this road before bitches start walking down it. I mean, driving down it. I can't believe I just realized that as I'm recording a YouTube video. This makes so much sense. I kept thinking like, why the fuck am I back here? I don't want to be here. But in reality, I don't actually mind that I'm here. I actually like it here when I actually am able to leave my house and like I have mobility and like I can balance not having to be stuck in my head all day. That makes so much sense. It's all clicking now. Wow. And I've been here for like 6 months, and it took me 6 months to get that together because I've been working through so many wounds, childhood wounds from leaving like college and going back. So now it's like I can actually heal the wounds that were formed when I actually reached adulthood and was like a human being outside of my household, because I never felt like a real human being when I lived at home when I was in high school, and even when I left college and went back home. But anyway, I'm here at this place. I'm gonna go get some food. I feel like I didn't finish a bunch of thoughts, but they'll probably come back around. I just got my food. Everybody in there was so nice. I didn't film anything because I just felt weird, and it was like a really little like quaint spot, but they're about to close, so I got things to go. excuse me, I did not think that I was gonna be able to get anything for $7. Okay, little background story. So I do tarot readings, right? I have a tarot reading business, but I felt called to open it up to like free readings and just be on like a tipped basis. But that also means that now like I'm not getting like a set income. So, and I'm like figuring that out. Don't be like, oh my god, this bitch is dumb, she doesn't have money, and she's like, I'm figuring it out. Okay, I'm figuring it out because I'm abundant, and when you give to others, like, you shall receive. So I do not fear giving to others, so long as it is in alignment with like what's for my highest good as well. Like, I can't overgive and not take care of myself. Anyway, so I basically asked if anyone could like send some tips my way, because I really needed to pay my phone bill and I needed to buy groceries because I like was running dangerously low. Like, I was making it work up until that point, but like I was not getting any income, so it was like really not happening for me. And then like also my cat needed food, so I asked for money. People sent me beautiful donations and tips. Love y'all so much. When you ask, you shall receive, when you're open to receiving. And so I got like exactly what I needed to order the groceries that I needed that would last me for a while, and to order my cat food, to pay my phone bill, and then I had $7 left over. So with that $7, I got myself some breakfast because I'm really hungry. I've been eating shitty lately, and I literally had nothing left at home. Because get this, right? The day that people sent me money, because like I had that video for a few days, but the day that people sent me some tips and I had enough to get groceries, my fucking, I saw a fraudulent payment on my card, like a payment that I didn't recognize, and I reported it, and then they canceled my card as I was about to like order the groceries, because the groceries because I like, it would be a waste of money to like take an Uber to Target or whatever, so I just ordered Target like to the crib. And get this, so me and Nick were like buying both of us groceries, and we were like paying for our half or whatever. But last week he noticed a fraudulent payment on his card, so he reported it. So his card was canceled and it hadn't come in yet, so he was like, oh, I'll send you my half. So he sends me his half, I'm ordering it on my card, and then my bank is like not authorizing the payment. So I go, they have me review payments, and as I'm reviewing the payment to be like, yeah, like I charged that to my card, I see one that like I didn't charge. So I'm like, what the fuck? I literally haven't left my house, like what the fuck is this payment? And it wasn't like an automatic payment or anything, it was like so random. So I was like, what the fuck? So then they canceled my card, and now I'm just like, how many payments? Now I'm wondering, like, if someone did do fraudulent activity, like how many of those, like how much of my money have they just been taking and I haven't been paying attention, because I don't like to go on my bank app because I'm like, I know I'm spending money, I don't want to see it. But anyway, so then they canceled my card, so then we couldn't order anything. So then I ordered a Target debit card because it gives you like the code. First of all, you get 3% off, so this isn't sponsored, but go get a Target debit card or credit card. And I'm like, yes, I can just link it to my bank account. And then I'll be able to get the groceries. And then I do that because like Target, when you get the card, it gives you like your code and everything. Like it gives you like, so that you can add it to your like wallet on Target so that you can use it. But then I go to use it and it's not letting me use it. So I'm like, oh god. So we just had to wait. So like we're running dangerously low on groceries. And my cat still has food, thankfully. She has dry food, but she hates it and she does not like to drink it. Eat it. Now me realizing that there's like a whole shopping center back here that I never knew was there. What? I walk by here all the time. I'm so confused. I'm gonna go check that out though. I'm confused by that. I couldn't order groceries. But then yesterday, Nick's card came in. My card is probably not coming in for like another week because I just ordered it and it just got like because that happened on like Saturday, so like it's just got shipped out today. That long ass story, all to say, I only had $7 to get food. So guess what? I go and I'm like looking at the menu, and then I realize, oh shit, I only have $7 to get food. So what can I get? Oh, because Nick's card just came yesterday. We haven't ordered the groceries yet because he's at work. So today we're gonna order them when he gets back from work. So right now there's no food. But guess what? So then I was like, wait, I've been craving a croissant and I've been craving fruit. And they have a side of a croissant and a side of fruit with some butter. Butter for the croissant for like really cheap. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna get that. And then guess what it comes out to? $6.99. Tell me I'm not a bundle. Tell me that the universe does not provide, because you can't, because the universe always provides you everything that I need and more. I need to start saying and more, because when I just say what I need, shit like that happens where like I be 1 cent short of like hitting the cap. But the universe always provides me with what I need and more. So here I am. And yeah. Oh my god, I just saw a New York license plate. Tell me why this morning I woke up and I was like, I kind of miss New York. I think I just hate it because of where I lived and who I lived with. But like, I literally told the universe, I was like, I'm not living in New York again unless I'm like 28 and or I live the way that fucking like they live in like Gossip Girl or something. Like I live in like a high-rise fucking apartment or something. But I wouldn't even want to because like that just seems fucked up, considering the amount of homelessness there. But I feel like I would do something to help, because if I had enough money to have an apartment like that, I would have enough money to invest in the ideas that I have to help humanity. Excuse me. Oh yeah, so I wake up and I never do this, but like I watched a YouTube video when I woke up. But first I was listening to like some frequencies, some healing frequencies, and I like smiled and I thanked the universe for another day. And I was like, thanks God for today. I'm really grateful for today. And then I seen the video after that. It was like my fam, because I've been like binging her videos lately, and she's moving and she's like, I moved to NYC. And I'm like, bitch, what? No way was I just thinking about that. And then she's like living in like my dream apartment in New York City. So I was like, is that a sign? Is that a sign, God? I just feel like I kind of want to live in Cali, because like Cali has like the elements of New York that I like, but not the assholes. I mean, it does have assholes, but when I was there, it just seemed like a nicer vibe. Like the energy there is just a little bit better than New York, you know? But like New York in the spring, summer, and fall, before it gets like really bad. I mean, sometimes even in the winter, but I've never lived like a nice life in New York while the winter time, so. But I would love to if I had like an apartment like mine. I don't know where I'm going with this or what I'm even saying right now. Like I'm just talking. Oh yeah, that license plate. Is this a sign, God? Or are you telling me to heal? Probably that one. Boogie Black. I realized today, like, I probably should just chill out until I know, like, what kind of place I want to live in. Because 1 week I'm like, oh my god, I want to live in, like, a penthouse in LA. And then I'm like, I want to live in a high-rise in New York. And then I'm like, I want a fucking treehouse house like fucking Kalani has. Because I want to live in nature. And then I'm like, wait, I want to live, like, really minimalistically, like how I see, what's her name, like Hitomi, like in nature and stuff. And I'm like, if I lived in Cali, if I lived in like the Bay Area, I feel like I could find a place like Kalani. Like, let me just get married to Kalani, and because that's my dream wife, that's my dream partner. Those palm trees and blue skies, yeah, those palm trees are the ones outside my apartment, specifically outside my window. So when I walk straight out my balcony, boom, palm trees and blue sky. I'm not gonna lie, it's nice here, but you know what led me to want to get the fuck out? Someone was murdered here. While I was in Houston. It's not funny at all. It actually made me really sad. It like fucked me up in the head. So every time I come here, I like associate it with something negative happening, so I'm like scared to be here. Especially because I do be hearing like gunshots at night, so I'm like, nothing like I could deal with, probably, if I didn't have PTSD, but unfortunately I do. So it's kind of stuff that's like a little bit of a deal breaker for me. My humble abode, which, by the way, it took for Nick and I to break up, me to move out, and then have to come back for me to actually decorate my room. So I just put up these LED lights. I have a little chalkboard that has like my morning to-dos. There's my Scarlet Bean. I put my bandana on there because she likes it. This is still a mess because I don't have a hamper and I'm still living out of the luggage. Nick's storage bins are still here. He cleaned out a lot of it so that I could have some room, but like we have nowhere else to put them. And this is my bed. My ancestors don't want me to show my altar, but look how cute this little window is with all my little plants. Okay, like honestly, this is an ideal start to my day. My camera was straight tweaking and it was gonna be tight. Oh my god. My camera was tweaking and it was gonna be tight, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna restart my phone and eat. So I remember what I was saying earlier. Remember how I was like, I feel like I left so many thoughts unfinished. Okay, I remembered one of the thoughts. So one of the thoughts that I had was like, oh, I decided to invest in my dreams instead of my debts because my debts are gonna be there until I can like fully pay them off. And like, if I don't invest in my dreams, how the fuck am I gonna do that, you know? Plus, it's more fun this way. Fuck debts. Fuck capitalism. So I decided, maybe this is why God was like, I'm not gonna give you a job. I'm not gonna give you all this money just so you can use it to pay off your fucking debts instead of investing it where you need to invest it. Like, debts are debts. They're gonna be there. Fuck that shit. Where I'm going with this is that I found stuff that I'm gonna sell that I realized like I really don't need. And I'm gonna use that to invest in fixing my camera because my cat broke my camera. And honestly, life was so much easier when I would film vlogs on my camera, but I just never actually like invested in, like I literally got my camera and then I gave up on YouTube. Like, isn't that so fucking sad? So I have all this footage, like I have months. If you like, yeah, I literally have like 15 videos that just went unedited that I filmed on that camera. And then my cat fucking broke it. Like when I finally decided like, okay, I'm gonna restart my channel and I'm just gonna like trash those videos and I'm just gonna like do what I wanna do. And my cat fucking breaks my camera. So the problem with that is that my phone runs out of storage really fast and my laptop runs out of storage really fast. But if I use my camera, it makes it easier to be able to like edit things because I can just upload the footage onto my hard drive. It takes up way less storage. And I just was thinking about that today. Like every time I think about YouTube, I'm like, damn, like I get so sad that I don't have my camera. It was such a good camera. I never actually got to like use it. And now I just like don't even know if I want that footage, you know? A lot of that footage I took with Nick. And I was like on my foodie shit. So it's a bunch of like food content and us trying like a bunch of different places in New York. But it's like weird to post that now, you know? First of all, it was so long ago. Second of all, we're broken up. And even though we're friends, it's like still weird. I don't know. I think it's weird, but actually, I don't think it's weird. I think other people would think it's weird. Maybe I just have to stop giving a fuck. He wouldn't care. He would be like, yeah, go ahead. Sure, it was good content. That's where I'm at. I low-key like gave up on YouTube because I wasn't doing what I wanted to be doing. Like I feel like I wasn't making content that was authentic to me. I was just struggling with depression really bad. It was so many factors. It was the fact that I started protesting and I felt like it was inappropriate for me to like be like, because I used to do a lot of vlogs and I felt like it was inappropriate for me to be like doing the content that I used to be doing with like the image that I had to uphold in that brand, not in that brand, but in that organization. Because like, although I was the co-president, like the other president just like would police us very hard. As people of color, and when you're representing like activism for people of color, like people are always looking at things to discredit you. And the content that I was making was like very much a red flag, which I hated because like I never wanted to get into activism and like forget who I was. I wanted to be like, no matter what we are, what kind of people we are, like we deserve respect. And to change myself to try and find that is like me saying I don't inherently deserve respect. I have to fit into a standard, a criteria of what society deems respectable. And I hated that. And after that, so much shit just went down that like I just wanted to be so low-key with my life. Like I was so depressed, and I feel like there's a lot of people like that would have gained satisfaction from seeing me depressed. And I was like, you know what, I need to heal and not have to worry about like what other people think. So I said deuces to my social media, to my YouTube, you know, and kind of went like MIA. But now I'm back and I'm doing a lot better mentally. And even though like I might not have what society deems success, like I am realizing like I'm successful in my own respect because like I did all this shit by myself with so many things going against me. I just feel like with all the people around me, I was not being treated the way that I deserved, and absolutely not with the reciprocity and the energy that I was giving to others. And like I feel very isolated, very alone, very depressed. My PTSD, my anxiety was like very over the top. I was super insecure, had a lot of trauma I was holding on to, felt super disconnected from myself and my body and my wants and my needs because that shit was not valued. I feel like no matter how hard I tried to grow and heal and like take the things I was learning and apply it to my life, it just literally went nowhere because the people around me wanted me to fail so bad. It's not even that they wanted me to fail, it's that they felt like they weren't succeeding and they didn't want to see someone around them succeed. And it's like I may have had a job and savings and like friends and family and a boyfriend, but I was miserable and they all fucking sucked. No offense. Full offense. Y'all were not the people that I needed even when I reached out to you and asked you to be, even when I communicated my boundaries. And I let you all go because I realized that that's just where you're at and I can't judge you for where you're at. But how I was treated in response to me asking for these things was very bottom tier. It's one thing to not be able to give someone something, and it's another to treat them poorly because they asked for it. And you are ashamed that you cannot provide that. And that's shame on you. That's not shame that I need to carry. So if y'all bitches watching this, just know, I might not be conventionally successful, but I'm at fucking peace. And that's success to me. And these fruits are crazy. These fruits are so good. Everything that I need and want, for the most part, has stayed being like provided to me. It's literally just the divine really looked out for me. I'm so blessed. And that's why I'd be so committed to helping others, because I never want anyone to feel the way that I felt. It was nice to get those things off my chest. Anyway, yeah, I stripped to get on my bed because I don't get on my bed with my outside clothes. Nasties.
Gonna keep that thing on me.
Repelling all you evil eyes. Anyway, it feels nice to have like my personality back because I've been like in a depressive episode for a few weeks. But I'm starting to realize as I get back into the things that like I used to do to keep myself straight, and I'm changing things up, changing up my routine and like pushing myself to do things differently and like have a different perspective and just like really shift out of these self-limiting beliefs that I've carried for so long. I just feel so much better because it's one thing to like heal and it's another thing to apply that healing into like your routine to actually see a difference and see things change. And I feel like I'm finally actually doing that. Like I'm stepping out of the healing phase and into the let's apply this to our life, and like change the way that we go about things. So it's been very freeing. And so yeah, I'm gonna get to work because you know, ouch. I have my little Oraline planner by Lena Alive. I fucking love this planner. Yesterday was the new moon, but I didn't feel like doing anything for the new moon, so today I'm gonna do it because if you didn't know, the energy of the moon lasts for like I'm gonna 3 days after. New moon journal prompts that they have in here. And then I'm gonna do the monthly alignment because today's February 1st. And then I already wrote down what I have to do today. I have some readings. Anyway, my phone ran out of storage. So that's it for today's video, y'all. Thank you so much for tuning in, for watching. If you did, I realized that I'd rather have very little views and be my authentic self and build my way up over time, because I know the real gonna find the real, than to post videos and that don't actually want to post when people start tuning out because I'm not doing the content that they actually came to look for. You know what I mean? I don't want to be one of those clout chasing people. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna do what's happy and what's best for me, and I hope that those who find my content, those who come here, are doing the same and are inspired to do the same by my videos. So thank you for tuning in. If you made it this far, I love you so much. If you want to book a tarot reading with me, go check out my Instagram at cosmicangel777, or you can email me at mftcosmos@gmail.com and book a tarot readings on a tarot basis. So if you can't afford anything but really need the guidance, hit me up and I can add you to the wait list, because there are a few people waiting right now. If you would still like to wait because there are and you can't afford to send a tip here and there, I really appreciate it, because that's how I pay my bills. So thank you for supporting me in all that I do. I love you all so much, and I'm sending you the same love and support and abundance in reciprocation. So I hope that you have an amazing, beautiful day, and